The best morning of the week, the Friday morning, the last show of the week. This show is not why we love doing this show. I would do this show 12 days a week if possible. But for the rest of life, thank goodness it's Friday. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Disney Morning Show. My name is DB Mosley, co-founder here at Laughing Place. That's our executive editorial director, Kyle Burbank.
Hello.
Sporting the teal today. What's the rest of your shirt?
What is the rest of my shirt?
Yeah.
It says exhausted.
Oh. Kyle also happy it's Friday, apparently.
Well, except that I kind of ruined my own weekend because I signed up for a 5K tomorrow, and for whatever reason, I thought it was in the afternoon, and it is definitely at 7:30 in the morning.
Brutal. At least you can do a 5K in your sleep. Kyle's in such spectacular shape. Hello, Fred Ramirez. Hello, Flava Flav, Nikki B. Steven, good to see you. JPP, the person who does not want to play along with Crush, is here. Hello, Gio. Caleb and Sonia. My mommy, she's okay. She passed out, took a fall. She's okay. So bring you down, bring you back up. She's all right. Talked to her last night. All right, let's get started the way we do every day, not with talking about Juby's mom. I tried to do the switch before, and then I'm like, no, I'm going to cut him off. Let's let him go, and then we'll do it. All right, last week, as in yesterday, the stock price was $111.24. Today, it is up. Disney will never see $100
and away in my beautiful balloon.
Am I up for a Donald Duck quiz because I have an idea for one? If you have an idea for one, I'm not up for it. If you actually write the whole thing, I'm so up for it. Trivia@laughingplace.com. Send it on. If you can do it between now and tomorrow around noon, all the better. Save me some work. So,
perhaps we'll talk about Donald Duck later in the show.
Maybe we will. But now it's weather time. Friday, Ethan.
Hello there and welcome to another edition of the LP Disney Weather Report. Hot summer streets and the pavements are burning. I sit around, trying to smile, but the air is so heavy and dry. Strange voices are saying things I can't understand. It's too close for comfort. This heat has got right out of hand. It's a cool, kid summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cool, kid summer, now you're gone. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim is much hotter today, hitting 88 degrees with lots of sunshine. Walt Disney World has already seen storms this morning, and those are expected to continue through midday, with a marginal chance of severe weather. As a result, they won't hit their 87-degree high until nearly dinner when the precip chance dissipates. Castaway Cay is mostly cloudy, and wind is making the 82-degree weather feel cooler. In contrast, Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point will be 84 but feel like 92. Disneyland Paris is warm this evening as it's currently 86 and will still be in the 70s later tonight. Tokyo is in for another rainy day tomorrow, including a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. This will keep their high to just 62 degrees. Luckily, rain should end by the evening, allowing for some dry parks time. Shanghai will be cloudy tomorrow and just crack 80 degrees. Finally, Hong Kong will be overcast tomorrow and feel like nearly 90. And that will do it for another Disney weather update. Have a great day and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
So he's doing parody songs now. We have expectations now. It's not enough just to do.
It wasn't really a parody. Just changed a couple of words. Because anytime I think of Cool Kid Summer, I think of that song. So I was like, well, maybe I'll tell Ethan about this. And then he was like, that's funny. I'm going to do that.
I'm sure that's just how that conversation.
Anyway, Disney Plus. If you're a Disney Plus subscriber, you have some new perks. So they've had Disney Plus perks from time to time, but now, as they're saying, it's always on, just like they're always on channels. And so some of the ones that are currently available, you can get 15% off on Funko and Loungefly, a 3-month free trial of Clear Plus. So if you want to get through airport security a little faster this summer, you can sign up for that. 2 months of Super Duolingo for free. You get a in-game emoji and an emoji blitz, but there's also some sweepstake stuff. So a chance to go to the premiere of Freakier Friday and other things. So yeah, it's not that these same perks will always be available. It's that there'll always be something. So we already saw some new ones coming up, something about Old Navy and a chance to go to the SBs and things like that. And then they're also launching Hulu perks, and that'll be on June 2nd. You can, some of the stuff for sweepstakes is you can win a she's like, in the video the lady explains like, oh, I'm most excited about this, where you can get the actual like robes from the Handmaid's Tale. I'm like, is that a thing that people want? My understanding is that show's not supposed to be aspirational, but what do I know? Anyway, so Hulu perks launch on June 2nd. So if you have the bundle, you'll be eligible for both. So something to keep an eye on and see if there's any good offers in the future.
Speaking of offers, no, we don't have it, but Disney Visa has a good offer. Visa card members can get a $250 onboard credit.
Specifically Disney Visa.
What did I say?
Well, I'm just making it clear that it's the Disney Visa, not just Visa in general.
No, did I say just Visa? Because I'm sorry if I did. I just wanted to
it was a little confusing.
Disney Visa card members can get a $250 onboard credit. What that essentially means for you non-cruisers is when you get on the ship, you've already got $250 in your account that you can spend on anything you want. Because even though cruises are all inclusive, there's a lot of charges. So these are on select Disney Wish sailings, booked now through September 1st for sailings in August and September. Key part, these cannot be done at DisneyCruise.com. These must be booked on the phone, or Kyle, get the banner ready, from a travel agent like Mouse Fan Travel, the recommended travel agency of Laughing Place. So book with them. They can make sure this is the best offer. There's a lot of things going on. Make sure you get this if you're eligible for it. See if you're eligible for anything else. Maybe there's something else that's a better way to book that beats all of this. Always use a travel agent like Mouse Fan Travel to help you book something like this.
Can I use my onboard credit for gratuities?
You can use, as far as I know, I am 99% sure you can use your onboard credit for gratuities. So yes, and those always have to be done. So they don't have to be, but
it's all inclusive, but not all inclusive.
Everyone,
you don't have to give gratuity, except you do.
I mean, you don't have to give gratuity, but you have to go to the guest service and say, I do not want to give gratuity and look like just the biggest jerk in the world. But yes, it can be used for gratuity, and you really can. To be honest, you can go on a Disney cruise and spend no additional money other than gratuity. You really can. That's harder to say on other cruises, but you can do that on a Disney cruise. But even if that's all you're doing, this onboard credit is still great because then that'll take care of your gratuities.
Now we're going to go to Walt Disney.
Oh, man. It's still me. Because I was going to look up to make sure I was right about onboard credit and gratuities while you were doing this story.
You could check that in the next section.
All right. The 6th Flavors of Florida is coming soon. This starts at June 27th. It runs through August 10th. It's an annual culinary festival showcasing dishes made from locally sourced ingredients. There will be over 90 dishes from 45 restaurants at Disney Springs showcasing dishes, as I said, with locally sourced ingredients. There are weekly culinary, I much prefer to say culinary, not culinary, culinary events pairing. Go ahead.
Culinary is okay, but it's too close for like cuticles.
Okay, now I will never say that again. Pairing events and the Disney Springs Seek and Find activity presented by the Polite Pig. So as I said, this is the 6th annual one. We've got a lot of coverage from Laughing Place covering it last year. We hope you're a fan of the Orange Bird, like I know Kyle is, because he will certainly be present quite a bit at this event.
Meryl Streep. Coming back. Only Murders in the Building. She was in season 4, if you watched the show. And so there were some rumors and some paparazzi photos that hinted that she would be back, but now they've confirmed it in a post where she's sitting next to just forgot her name, Selena Gomez. And so yeah, that's all we know for now. And we don't know the date that season 5 will be on, but you can watch the first 4 seasons right now on Hulu.
Confirmed. Onboard credit may be used for gratuities.
Well, speaking of sailing, this guy is sailing away from Disney. He is the director of Moana 2, David Derrick Jr. I presume that I haven't looked at the movie. Probably has a couple of directors. Animated movies usually do. Anyway, he also worked on the first Moana, and he's going to be going over to Warner Brothers to direct an animated feature. And before he worked at Disney, he also worked at DreamWorks. He worked on movies such as B Movie, How to Train Your Dragon, Megamind, and Rise of the Guardians. So yeah, he's making the rounds of all the different animation studios. But good luck to him as whatever he creates at Warner Brothers.
He will not be pinned down. Speaking of making the rounds, Duffy is making the rounds to Hong Kong Disneyland, where he will have the first ever themed parade float for Hong Kong's 20th anniversary. So make sure to join them at Friendtastic. You can see what that float looks like here. Isn't it adorable? I'm sure Alex has already booked his ticket. The biggest Duffy fan I know.
And if you want to learn about overseas parks, you can follow Michael Moriarty, who is, I think, the president of Hong Kong Disneyland. So, right as you're getting ready to go to bed, you check Michael Moriarty. You might get stuff that we'll write about the next day because we're already in bed.
Oh, he's not the bad guy in Sherlock Holmes, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
There is a Moriarty, New Mexico, too.
Oh, TIO.
Are we doing Disney Plus top 10?
Oh, yeah, we are. I always love when this happened to me yesterday with someone else, when someone says, TIO, what's that? And then they find out, they go, TIO? Yeah, Disney Plus. So what's going on in the Disney Plus top 10? That is taking a look at what the people are actually watching on Disney Plus. I've got mine set to a family-friendly setting. And, look at Marvel saying, we will not be denied.
Yeah,
Brave New World has dropped. Huh?
Nothing. I was like, yeah, share your screen, buddy.
Brave New World has dropped on Disney Plus, and so it is vaulted to number 1, of course. But after that, Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch Has a Glitch, the 2007 classic Alvin and the Chipmunks coming in at number 4, followed by...
Not Shipwrecked. I'm a little disappointed there. Oh, maybe we'll get to Shipwrecked.
I've seen Shipwrecked so many times. Thank you, Gideon. Stitch the movie, The Devil Wears Prada, Leroy and Stitch, Chipwrecked, the Cheapquel, Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel. Sorry, not Chipwrecked, the Squeakquel. Chipwrecked is the third
and it's
one,
not Cheapquel. Yeah, I know you said Squeakquel eventually.
Are you sure? Rogue One and Andor, which I think in our last pick were up in the top 3. So Lilo and Stitch, though, doing well. I'm anxious to see. Obviously, there will be a fall off after that massive opening weekend, but how big will it be? Will this film not only start big but have legs? That would be fun to see.
It might have extra legs because it's Stitch.
So we talked about this yesterday on Parks Talk with Mike Celestino, who had literally just come back from this event. So if you want to hear a lot more, check that out. But
where they thought he would have friends. That was my favorite part of the story.
Clearly, you don't know Mike Celestino. No, just kidding. He has friends. He just didn't know he could bring them to this event. So yeah, they were prepared for him to actually do an escape room, but he had no one there with him, so he was not able to. But he'll go back for that. But he did get a tour of Escapeology, the live escape game. This is new at Universal Studios, not too far. Universal Studios Hollywood City Walk. This is the one in California, outside the park.
Yes, it is the entertainment capital of LA.
The live escape game, and this is not too far from Toothsome, which is cool because this theming really fits in with the Toothsome Emporium and their steampunk look. These escape rooms, I'm no aficionado like Kyle, but these look really good.
I've wanted to do one, but again, you need friends, and so I don't get a chance to do them except for. And I know this is like a different type of escape room, but Mike and Luke and I did the Back to the Future one in Florida's City Walk, which is more of an escape adventure. It's not quite an escape room, I guess.
So they have multiple themes, obviously. They have a pirates theme, a haunted house theme. I would not call it mansion. They did license a couple, Legends of the Hidden Temple.
They didn't license Legends of the Hidden Temple.
But can't tell by looking at this picture. But they did license Batman and Scooby-Doo. So there are 2 licensed rooms. Oh, very cool, over at Universal City Walk. I'm looking forward to Mike actually trying these out and hearing what they're...
I actually saw a family that did the Scooby-Doo one, and they failed, and then the dad turns. He's like, and I would have finished if it weren't for you pesky kids.
I would have failed just so I can do
that. Anyway, every week, you know who's Mike Celestino's friend? Cole Garrick.
You're right.
And Cole does every other week a semi-monthly, semi-weekly?
Bi-weekly.
All right. Bi-weekly Extinct Attractions article. And yesterday he looked at Laserphonic Fantasy from Epcot many, many years ago. So if you're unfamiliar, he also includes a meme at the end of each one, by the way. So let's see. Someone. There you go. So if you want your daily dose of meme and you want to learn more about this Epcot attraction, you can go check out his article. Also available on Laughing Place, our friend Gavin Doyle has written his latest for us. The top 5 tips for visiting during Disneyland's 70th anniversary celebration. Obviously, you all know that that's happening right now and continues through the end or through next summer. So if you are planning to visit, be sure to check out Gavin's tips in addition to all the stuff we've taught you over the past few weeks.
Plan a 3-day visit if you can. Follow a strategy to get to all the entertainment highlights. Consider the pros and cons of different times of year. Try the fun anniversary foods across the resort. Enjoy the smaller in-park interactive experience. These are all great tips.
And now you don't have to read it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
you do.
Details. No, you don't have to. But if you're watching this show, that makes up for reading the article. So I'm perfectly okay with that trade-off.
Doobie Cliff's Notes Mosley.
I mean, the CPM for a YouTube trumps the CPM for an article. So I think that's a fair trade. A fair trade. Let's see. It is my turn to talk about, where's this duck thing? Oh, that's fun stuff. All right. So Dayton Disneyana, we talked about that on last trivia show. And I should mention it here too, because they have their annual June event. It's a big event to benefit a charity, a local charity that feeds kids. It is in Dayton, Ohio, and it is coming up not this weekend, but next weekend. So if you're anywhere in the vicinity, please go to DaytonDisneyana.org, read about it, consider going. And this year is extra special because the Laughing Place is going to be there. We are doing a presentation on 2:30 on Saturday called Chronicling the Magic, talking about kind of the history of Laughing Place and what it's like to cover Disney for 25 plus years right now. And then Sunday at 4 p.m., Gideon and I are doing a spoonful of trivia. So we're doing Disney Trivia live for the very first time. That's going to be quite a bit of fun. Really looking forward to both events and, of course, being a part of Dayton Disneyana and the good work they do. So go check that out, DaytonDisneyana.org. If you're anywhere in the area, you want to come especially if you're a DTL fan and want to come do it live, please do.
Are you going to be wearing Laughing Place socks and wearing shorts so that everyone can see the full Laughing Place sock?
I will definitely be wearing shorts. I wear almost nothing but, and thank you for the reminder to bring my Laughing Place socks.
Oh. And the rest. We talked briefly about this yesterday, but I did want to highlight Quinta Brunson, who is not dead, and
what a relief.
The key to the city of her hometown in Philadelphia. She was honored at a ceremony, and as part of this, also going to be some murals, not celebrating her, but just that she is helping sponsor. They actually featured the company in season 2 of Abbott Elementary, and they're also helping to do these murals in town. So yeah, that's a cool celebration for her. Must be a fun full circle thing.
The circle of life.
Key to.
Is it me again?
I asked you a question.
Oh, what did you ask me?
I said, what city would you want the key to?
Oh, that did not come through. That wasn't on me. It just did not come through. What's your favorite place to eat poo? Oh, no, to poo. Big difference. I will answer that question in a moment. Where would I want the key to the city to? Celebration, Florida.
I figured that would be your answer.
Yeah. Also, I've become a big fan of Honolulu, so maybe there.
Nice.
It depends what it gets you. I mean, does it mean you can like do anything you want there?
I don't know.
Where is your favorite place to poo at Disney World, Kyle? Other than your room.
Yeah. Well, see, it's harder at Disney World. I don't know Disney World as well. At Disneyland, the answer is going into like the Adventure Tower.
Oh, yeah.
And the Disneyland Hotel in the lobby.
The key is to go to a hotel if possible. But so I try to do all my pooping before I go to the park. But one time I had no choice, and I found a good one. Tony's Town Square, which is inside. I like to go to one that's inside. And Tony's Town Square has its own bathroom, but it's not actually in the restaurant. It's outside the restaurant, but inside the building. and I found that one was very pleasant. So, yeah, for you, it's the restrooms next to the Figment ride. Those are very quiet. Off the beaten path is always what you want to do. But I like ones that are inside. So go inside and then find a bathroom inside the inside, and I'm happy. Is that for Geo?
Because you're literally crapping over.
The fun stuff.
Well, speaking of butts, we got some new merchandise from Donald Duck. Come over from Disney Store. So this comes from Disney Store Japan. So it's not really affiliated with Donald's Quacky Duck City, but I think it's related. So there's the butt that we saw, or something similar. We talked about Donald butts on, was it Monday when I talked with Luke, or Tuesday, one of those days? But there's also King Donald, which just reminds me of The Wiz. I'm The Wiz. Nobody beats me. You know what I'm talking about?
I absolutely know what you're talking about.
Okay. So yeah, this King Donald. And then this is going to be everyone's favorite. There's a Donald cap. Oh,
Sorry.
no, that's also adorable. But there's a cap that you can become Donald. Oh, is it not a photo? It's in the art. It should be in the article itself. It might just be because the way that Disney Store embeds.
There we go.
Yeah. Isn't that fun? And yeah, then there's that tote bag that has Donald sticking his butt out like he's the umpire for the bananas. Up.
Sorry.
You're good.
I give up. Where am I going?
Scroll up.
Up?
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah. See how he's like
he's the umpire for the bananas. Very good. Yes.
Yes. So anyway, you can find that now on DisneyStore.com. You don't have to go all the way to Japan anymore.
All right, I gotta say, I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. We got asked by Link, where's your favorite place to poo? To which Jenna L says, I'm genuinely curious, and gives a suggestion. John Walker comes in. The one in the Germany pavilion are great. Matthew Gamer comes in. Me and my mom love to chill in the stalls and poo at the tangled restrooms at Magic Kingdom. We need a new show. Where to poo at Disney and watch the numbers soar.
Anyway,
and Nikki P says, what is happening?
It's a hot topic.
All right, we have reached the portion of the show where Doobie and Kyle shows off just how smart he is by realizing that we are going about this the whole wrong way all this time. This day in Disney history, Kyle, to start watching. Nice to have you back, Rich. You're a Disney travel, used to be at least, a Disney travel agent. Where do you like to poop at a Disney park?
Used to be.
For some reason, I thought you were retired.
I don't know.
Let me know if I'm wrong, Rich, but I think you said you retired. And while you're at it, let me know where you like to poop at on a Disney cruise ship. All right. Well, actually, on a Disney cruise ship, those are all perfect, except unless right next to the pool, those get wet. But otherwise, they're all beautiful. I will leave my room to go poop on a Disney cruise ship. Any place else in my room? Disney, out of the room. Let's go somewhere else.
We're gonna have to put this through Opus Clips and make some.
He has retired from travel.
I'm
accurate.
I guess that's why it's not on his username anymore.
Ryan dude has opinions.
All right, I'm ready to be quizzed and not about poo.
On this day, which is May 30th in 1927, a very well-known Disney executive. He peaked at executive Disney vice president of Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Started his career with a summer job at Disneyland. Now, obviously retired, but also deceased. But one of the well-known names from the pre-Pressler era. He is.
Yeah. Did he also do like marketing and stuff at Disneyland?
I don't think so. I think I know who you're thinking of.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Then he survived the Pressler era, but he certainly predates it.
Yeah, I can't think of. I'm not gonna be able to pull the name anyway.
Dick Nunes.
Okay.
You know the name, right?
I know the name, but yeah, I wasn't gonna be able to.
I love the washrooms on the Dream Class by the Aft Club. Yes, those are beautiful. Forget going potty. They're just beautiful to be inside of. All right. On this day in 1971, is there our Discord that's going crazy here? Are they?
I think it's probably your son messaging you.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're right, Nikki B and Gio in the Discord. But if they're going to go through all that effort, let's entertain them. On this day in 1971, someone was born. John Travolta still does not know how to pronounce her name.
Adele Dazeem. Adina Menzel.
That is who it is. I did not know she was that old. Yes, I am the same age, and that is old. On this day in 2003, no hints necessary, a Pixar movie came out.
2003. All right. Not Incredibles. Like how he just, Wall-E? No. Toy Story 2, Finding Nemo.
That's correct. Way to go, Kyle.
I would have gotten there.
Yes, there are only so many. On this day in 2014, a Disney movie came out starring Angelina Jolie.
What year? 2014?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Maleficent?
Good.
Oh, yeah, Maleficent.
Yeah. So Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. On this day in 2019, a land opened at Disneyland.
Galaxy's Edge.
Look at you. I think you are 4 for 5 today, Kyle. 80%. Yeah. That's good.
Oh, no, I didn't get Dick Nunez either.
Yeah, that's the one you didn't get.
Yeah, I didn't get Finding Nemo.
Yeah, you did. You said it
on the
before I
screen.
did. Yeah, you said it before I did.
No, I saw it on the screen.
Okay.
But anyway, it's time for our favorite segment, Dewey.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. I'm a loser.
You want to go first, or shall I?
You can choose whatever you want.
I'll go first today.
Okay.
My winner this week is Galveston, Texas. Just announced that starting in 2027, Disney Cruise Line will be there full time. And also a win for me if I ever want to go on a Disney cruise, because Galveston is slightly closer to me than Canaveral. So congratulations, Galveston, Texas.
My winner was tough this week. Lilo and Stitch, record-breaking opening weekend. The Villain Show is what I almost picked, because that is getting rave reviews. And when that was announced, it was just we all laughed, and it turns out it's a really good show. But ultimately, I went with the Savannah Bananas after seeing all that coverage a couple of days ago.
That was the obvious choice that I avoided.
How incredibly popular they are, and Disney getting in on that relationship at this point. Such a smart move by Disney. So I went with the Savannah Bananas. My loser. So I like Hawaii. I've become a big fan of Hawaii. I've been there twice now, and I love Aulani, but it falls short of a luxury resort. It's luxury price, but it falls short of a luxury resort. And now it falls even shorter as they announce that housekeeping is going to every other day at Aulani. And, one of my favorite parts of going on vacation is just getting someone to clean my room every day. And them cutting that in half, especially for a resort like Aulani, is just a huge disappointment. My loser of the week.
See, for me, I rarely let them into my room anyway. I'd prefer it if they don't come around, but that's fine.
They are cleaning my room, and
except if I want more coffee. That's when I let them in. That's when I want coffee. My loser this week is the folks at, I don't know who's to blame, but I'm going to blame the folks at YouTube who we upload our video of villains. They block it, and then I appeal it, and they unblock it. And then they say, we appeal, we took a look, and no, your video is coming down. You're getting a copyright strike unless you delete it now. So I had to delete our video. So you cannot watch The Villain Show on YouTube. You can watch it over on our X account. And I blame YouTube exclusively, even though it's probably Disney's fault.
I always blame YouTube. I think we're done.
That's it.
So
10 o'clock exactly. Let me just give a quick refresh to the Disney Parks blog, just in case.
While you're doing that, I will say that we will be back next week. Hope everyone has a great weekend. I will not be back on Monday, but hopefully the show will go on. First weekday after the 15th and into the month. Never here. But hopefully the show will go on. If not, I will be back. We will be back on Tuesday.
And we'll be back today at 1 o'clock Pacific as Tony Betty will be walking in Epcot, and I'll be talking from my house.
And we will have Disney Trivia Live tomorrow, featuring maybe Donald Duck, Fred Ramirez. We'll see.
We'll see.
Anything to report, Kyle?
And I think I know what your first quiz, not quiz, the poll will be. Anyway, nothing to report. So have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye, all.
I forgot that I have to hit this button first now. Just give me, and I moved it too.